Living just enough. Man, let me tell you something. We here today.
We are
You
here.
understand?
We're here.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the greatest movie review podcast of all time. What is that? That is CT Cinema. I be CT. I don't know if they know that.
They know.
Thank you for being here, ladies and gentlemen, as always. And I want to say thank you to the wave of new subscribers that I've been seeing on the Patreon. If you guys would like to join us, patreon.com/CTisDOPE. We have movie nights. We have a community there. Conversations be happening, Lawrence. I don't need to be a part of it. People just be talking to each other. I love that.
That's what community is.
That's what community is. So if you want a new community of friends, come on and join the row. You understand? Right to my left, this is my partner in crime. This is my sidekick of all sidekicks. New look. Got the bald head because internet bullying is real. That's number one. Number two.
That's why.
The beard. I see the goatee coming in. You look good, boy.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Lawrence, aka Mayor Young. How are you, man?
I'm well. Happy to be here. It's going to be a great show. We
It
got an
is.
amazing guest.
We have an amazing guest. Lawrence is my real life friend.
Indeed.
I love this guy.
Yes.
Man, I rarely even think back often to when we did CT Against the World at Playboy.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we really have a great chemistry.
Dude, and that was such a good time, man. I'm like, I was sad when that ended.
You were sad.
I
Imagine Playboy producer sending you that text. Hey,
You
we're gonna
were
stop. But you know what it was?
Tell me.
At that time, it was Periscope was out.
Yeah.
YouTube was out, but no one was really knowing how to do their podcast
I
on
agree.
it. And we weren't a video podcast.
Yeah.
So we had Periscope, but we didn't have cameras recorded. We just had the audio.
Exactly.
And they weren't promoting it. But shout out to all the people at Playboy. It was a good time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was a great show.
Great show.
Look, if they had seen it, we would still be on.
I'm kind of glad they didn't see it.
I know. Hey, well.
Because if they saw it, there was still Playboy. Like, I don't know if you know this, Lawrence. I'm on Disney now.
You can do both.
Can you?
Maybe.
I don't think
you got to be very deft at it.
Facts. Ladies and gentlemen, my very special guest of today. This episode is extremely special, the most special that we've ever done because it's episode 15. Why is episode 15 so big and why is this episode so massive? Because I have been married to my wife for 11 years. We've been together for 15. And I said, you know what? For my 15th episode, I want her as my guest. I just happen to luck out of the fact that she is an extremely successful producer. She is an extremely successful actress, a voiceover actress. She is a beautiful chocolate queen, and she happens to also be my best friend. Ladies and gentlemen, my wife, Tanjareen.
Woo!
Yay!
Tanjareen in the building.
Hi, sweetie. Thank you for that. I was wondering why I was episode 15 instead of 14 because we got married in 2014 on the 14th of the month.
Did we?
So our anniversary is 5/14/14, and I have 14 diamonds in my ring. So I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to do episode 15.
You know what's funny? I wish you could say something in episode 11. We could have made it happen.
But I like your explanation for 15. That works too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just one behind 14. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, the super chats are open. If you are watching this, please support the show. Outside of that, I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure that you hit the like on this video periodically throughout the video if you have not, to show us to more people on YouTube. Hype us up. Also, we are available everywhere you listen to podcasts, specifically Spotify. So listen on Spotify. Outside of that, it's time to get into it, man. Our movie of the day is New Jack City.
It is.
It's one of Tanjareen's favorite movies that I just learned this weekend. She's never, let me tell you what she said her favorite movie was.
Tell me.
Team America. Which I was like, oh, bet. I know that.
First of all, I don't really have favorites. I was never the girl in school who collected a certain group's albums or buttons or something like that. Like, I don't have favorites, but Team America is definitely in my top 10. Zoolander, Shawshank Redemption, Casino, Goodfellas.
I know Casino.
These are all good movies.
Yes, but when I was thinking about what I wanted to do for this show and to dissect it, I was like, you know what? I watched New Jack City a lot.
You also had Set It Off on your list.
It was between those two.
It was.
And I also love Baby Boy. You see what I mean? Like, I have no favorites.
Nobody said Baby Boy yet either.
And if you need me to come back, your girl will come
You're
back because I'm
back.
from the West Coast and I love that movie.
Are you from the West Coast?
In case you didn't know. In case you didn't know, it's Inglewood all day. Inglewood all day.
No good.
How dare you,
Aren't
sir?
you from Inglewood?
I'm not from Inglewood.
Where are you from?
I'm actually from Mid-City, LA. So like LA proper.
Which reminds me, this is my friend. Okay,
Sure.
Mayor Young is my friend.
It's true.
And the way that you have taken him
I stole him.
to do this podcast,
Listen.
I'm the one who said, if you're going to do the podcast again, you got to get, I'm going to call you by your real name because I normally call you your nickname.
You can call me whatever you want.
His name is Willis when I talk to him. I was like, you got to have Willis.
That's how good of friends we are. Like she
I've
does
known
not call
you for so long. I've never called you Lawrence.
I thought she was about to say my name, and I was like, "Don't do this weird thing. You're gonna make it weird. Don't be weird.
Don't be weird.
I wouldn't disrespect you by calling you Lawrence.
Let me tell you when I knew I was stealing him from you.
Okay.
What?
So I was doing extravaganzas 2012.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know. And, you know, Tanjarene's helping me with the show. It's a great show. And she's inviting her family and friends. I'm attacking the streets, getting everybody I can. And you and your amazing girlfriend come to the show. And I start performing and I hear this laugh.
It's the laugh.
And this laugh is the muse for every great comedian.
I
If
love
you
it.
tell a joke
you.
and you hear a specific frequency of laugh,
Yes.
it triggers your creativity.
I love it.
And
wow.
from that moment on, I was like, I need this guy around because you just make everything better. And it's like, you know,
Thank you.
great comedy. So when I brought my friends around you,
I try, man. Listen, luckily you all are all hilarious.
Thank you.
Because
Yay.
Lord knows I feel bad, man. Because I've definitely had people be like, "Hey, you should come out." And it's you know, it's not like they'd be like, "Oh, they don't like."
Lawrence!
When I laugh, you know I laugh.
Lawrence,
There's no. Listen, it's genuine, and that's why it resonates
good
the
to
way it
know.
does.
That's
there are
good to know.
comedians who invited you to shows. And you be
that
like,
haven't been funny.
can't make it.
Can't do it.
They haven't
That's
been. I'm
fine.
just like, dude, they were, and I, you know, I'll give them like the pity chuckle, but there's a difference.
Lawrence.
It's a difference.
You know what I love? Bald head Lawrence is real. You understand me?
I like it. I like it. I as many years as I've known you, I have not seen you with all your hair completely cut off
It hasn't happened.
and with the goatee at the same time because I've seen the goatee with hair
Yeah, right.
years ago. But this is a good look.
And
I
all
like
his weight
this.
ain't lost. He's a different
Yeah,
person.
he's a different person. He's about to start being cocky
Oh,
No.
and talking to you.
No,
He was already late
no.
today. That's
Wow.
that's new. That's
Wait a minute,
new.
I
That's
had
new
a
Willis.
crazy Uber.
Whatever the reason.
I wasn't driving.
I'm saying
I
Willis with
wasn't
hair was
driving.
early. Willis
Anyway,
without hair.
We're talking about New Jack City. Lawrence,
It's
would
like, you brand new.
would you
Hilarious.
tell our amazing audience what New Jack City is about?
New Jack City is the story of Nino Brown creating a criminal empire and trying to hold it together in Harlem. Yeah. That's what the story's about. Yeah.
First scene. Let's get into it.
I
man.
know, right?
First scene, Bill Nunn.
Yeah.
Bill Nunn is hanging a white man off of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
It
The
looks so
guy
real too.
Doesn't
It does.
have Nino's drugs. He doesn't have his money.
Bad ideas, bad choices.
Gives him the word to drop him off the bridge. Here's what I loved, because this was made in the 90s, but it was based in the 80s.
Yeah,
And Wesley
86.
Snipes was like, see ya.
Wouldn't wanna be ya.
He does say that.
What?
He does
And that
say
line is so corny, but it worked for some
worked.
reason
Yeah.
because he was so powerful and he showed that without even having to touch that person. He just gave the order, and that person was unalive.
Let's
They
be
were,
real
yeah,
though.
Canceled.
Like 1990, 91, and 92 are all still the 80s.
Technically.
Touche, especially how long it took to make a movie back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that's like, you know, it's not until like maybe the end of 92 we
Yeah.
actually start the 90s.
Yeah.
So
facts.
that's probably why it
Facts.
works too. But you know, 'cause
Speaking of what
man,
works,
yeah, those shoulder
We
pads.
have a super chat.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
So super chat of the episode. John DeBro, $9.99.
Thank you so
Ooh.
much.
Thank you, John.
Says, love this episode already. So
That's what I'm talking about.
I.
Yay.
So look, Ice-T, we can't go into the cast. The cast is a million people.
It is.
But just for specific star players,
yeah.
Okay.
Ice-T is playing a cop. The first time we seen him playing a cop
Yes.
before SVU.
Mhm.
Before
right.
he
And
did
he's
it for the
amazing.
rest of his life,
Come on
apparently.
now.
I know.
Yo, Lynn.
Yo, Lil.
Yo, Lynn. Come check this out.
Have you told everybody that's your dream role?
That's my listen, Lord.
What is your dream role?
My dream role is to be Ice-T on a network crime drama.
Oh, okay. So you
I
want to do
just-
a role like him?
I just want to come on the show. I want to go to the captain and say, "Yo, Lev, you ain't gonna like this." And I don't have to say nothing for the rest of the episode. That's what he does.
That's so
It's
funny.
true.
And then you see Ice-T in the middle of the episode, and he's like,
That's all CT wants.
At least 300,000 episodes. That's what
Yeah.
he's getting for 26 seasons.
Can't be mad at that.
Anyway,
Can't be mad at that.
I love Ice-T in this role. I love this
Yeah.
film.
Did you love his makeup?
Ice-T?
Did you notice it looked like he had on eyeliner and he looked like he might have had on a little rouge?
I mean,
I was like, what's happening right now?
I did notice that he had at least something on his eyes.
I was like,
did-
is he wearing faux
Listen.
locks to go with this? What's happening,
Listen
sir?
to me, Lawrence,
What?
Tangerine.
Yes.
We will not besmirch.
But I know you
Ice-T.
saw that he looked like Prince. And I was like,
What?
I was like, Prince was hot back then, and I think Ice-T was channeling his.
Are you
his- there we go.
Are you saying Ice-T had on eyeliner?
I for sure saw a little bit of foundation.
What?
And a little bit of color on the cheek line. I'm
And
just
Lawrence,
saying.
you said you saw it too.
I did.
Is that what you said?
I did see it. Yes, it was in fact there. And I don't know. It was weird though because I was just like, I wonder what that's about exactly. Because I know he was like undercover.
Yeah, but there's no reason to be undercover as a gangster in New York with makeup on, unless you idolize Prince, who, was very popular.
So
in the
speaking of
80s.
which, man, when we're talking about the popularity, this movie starts off taking place in 1986, right?
Mhm.
Where G Money, played by Alan Payne,
Yeah.
who is Wesley Snipes' brother in the movie, he's got a hold of some crack rock, and he shows Wesley Snipes and Nino Brown's character the vial of crack, and he's telling them how great this is. They need to get up on this.
Yes.
Wesley Snipes is dating a woman who's her cousin is Chris Williams. They working in the banking thing, and she's working in land founding, and he develops this plan to take over the Carter project,
Right.
and to have his empire be there. Basically, how to move a smooth drug operation out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me
Which
tell
is
you
a
something.
genius idea.
Exactly.
I mean, somebody comes to you with like, hey, here's a new drug on the street. We should sell this instead of cocaine. And all of a sudden he's like, and you know what? We're going to build an empire. We're going to kick everybody out of their homes in this apartment, whether they go, willingly or if they join our team. We can hire them. He's giving jobs to
He's
the
giving
community.
jobs.
Because he ended up with 300 employees
He got some
before it was
jobs.
over. So he was feeding people. The reason I love this movie is because they made the bad guy look like the good guy.
Yes.
And I love organized crime dramas.
You do.
I love Italian mobster movies. I love this because it was us that was in the position of power. But they made Nino, you were rooting for Nino.
Can I say something? Nino Brown made doing crack a luxury resort, if I'm being honest with you.
That's hilarious.
Because remember what happened?
This is what we're gonna do.
He said,
Let him cook.
he said, hey man, you could take your crack and go home. Or there's a floor for you to go over there and zone out.
And it was, what was it called? It started with an E.
It was Enterprise.
It was the Enterprise because you're beaming up to Scotty when you get high. So the Enterprise was located in one of the sections of the project they took over.
It's
It was
literally the patio, like the center part where they don't have no actual like real grass in New York.
Are you downgrading this man's vision?
I'm
This
just
man
saying
was a
that
visionary.
we call it a luxury resort as well.
It was a luxury resort.
for crackheads.
For crack.
Which is a different thing. I feel like that's an important modifier.
Gerald Levert. For the love of money, people will rob their own brother. For the love of money. Let me tell you something. Seeing this and seeing Gerald Levert, first of all, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Be a part of this film.
Damn, he
to
dead
later
too?
see Keith Sweat.
Mhm.
This movie was so big.
Troop.
It was directed by Mario Van Peebles.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When you start seeing this movie, you start seeing the themes. He started this plan in 1986. By 1989, the entire hood in the city was overrun, the nation was overrun with drugs.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm,
So the character of Nino Brown had taken over his area. When you start to see this, it's CMB. Cash Money Brothers, right? He's got his whole crew. Bill Nunn, Vanessa L. Williams. You see Alan Payne, who Alan Payne must drink the blood of baby fetuses.
He looks the same
How?
now.
How?
He looks the same now. And it's funny because this movie clearly shot in the late 80s, came out in 91. I was very young when I saw it. I didn't understand it until I saw it again as an adult. The reason I watched it again as an adult is 2 years ago, they did a Chitlin Circuit live stage play of New Jack City. Jacarius Johnson was the creator of this.
Wow.
And Alan Payne came back and revived his own role
as G Money
on the stage play version, and he looked the same.
You know what it is?
Crazy.
It's the Easter grass he had You know, Alan Payne got that Easter grass.
It's like inside a basket
It's like
for Easter.
He got like a man bang. It's like what usually he does.
So
the
what's
man
worse, the bang, yang, or the underline eyeliner on iced tea?
I can't believe you would ask me to compare eyeliner.
The bang, yang, or the rouge.
Anyway, Chris Rock as Pooky.
Yeah.
Chris Rock is Pooky, who
Phenomenal.
in 1986 got busted by Ice-T. He was a stick-up kid.
Mhm.
By 1989, he was a full-grown addict. He got hooked on the stuff that
could be their fault.
absolutely it's not
Because they brought it into the neighborhood.
Yeah.
He was just robbing people.
It's definitely their fault.
Yeah.
But was he on cocaine? Because when he was robbing in the first scene, he was like tapping his leg like he was really, really nervous.
That was showing that he had been doing some of the supply.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
figured he was on cocaine, but he didn't get on crack until they brought.
No,
Okay,
put a
got
crack
it.
in front of that. So
Yeah.
when you see when you see Chris Rock go through this change, Chris Rock is now fully, and first of all, our heart goes out to anybody who has been a victim of substance abuse or any type of addiction. And if you've been able to overcome that, congratulations to you. If you know somebody in your family or friends who's dealt with it, I think we all have.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Blessings to you guys, and
For
please
real.
continue to keep being strong. Chris Rock in this movie played this version of Pooky, and Ice-T wanted to help him get cleaned up. Because
Which
he
is
saw
wild.
him. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. When you first see Pooky on drugs, Nino Brown is giving turkeys out to the community.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Which is
He's
another
giving
reason
turkeys.
he's a good guy in your opinion as a child watching this movie.
So many, and also Wesley Snipes is so charismatic.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
man, I can't not like him.
Great
He's giving
outfits.
turkeys to the hood. He's
Mhm.
dressed nice.
Mhm.
He's literally trying to feed his family, which a lot of brothers in that scenario are, unfortunately, at the cost of pushing poison in the community.
Right.
Touché.
But he had no other options. And we always say, if you can do that, you can run a Fortune 500 company. However, would he have had the opportunity to run a Fortune 500 company?
That part.
Right?
Yeah.
So
right.
now, this is one of my favorite parts. Pooky is begging Nino Brown for some more food. He's like, come on, man. It's sure like it, man. I can't get no more food, man. And he was like, give him a whole turkey. And I'm like, wow, a
Yeah.
whole turkey.
Yeah.
The minute he does this, Chris Rock say,
Anybody
anybody want to buy a turkey?
Right.
So funny.
My God.
So funny. You didn't even leave the presence of the person who gave you the turkey so that you could pretend you were going to eat it.
Has
No.
a
Like you just
strong
right away
hold
tried
on
to
him.
sell
It has a
it.
strong hold on him. Oh my
Bro,
god.
so when I'm looking at Ice-T take Pooky into the treatment facility, first of all, and this is why my heart goes out to anybody with substance abuse or any type of addiction, this is not smart for him to be giving him a reverse Rocky montage on getting off drugs.
So funny. The jumping jack he
wait,
did in the
yeah,
beginning of the
yeah.
montage and he immediately fell.
Yeah. That montage is wild.
It's
It
a
is
reverse
so
Rocky.
funny.
It is
I love that
crazy.
description.
I was
CT.
watching this joint and I was like, what is happening with this
Yeah.
montage? Like,
But
why
when
are
you
we-
were younger, it didn't make you look
No.
at it like that.
No,
and
I didn't look at
laugh.
it like that at all. But I was
Exactly.
just like, that is crazy that he has like you said, it's a reverse Rocky. And I'm
Yes,
just like,
that's
okay. I mean, I guess he's getting
funny.
better. I don't, but I'm just like, even like he went running with him,
Yeah.
and I'm like, is that
he could barely
is
run.
that part of the process?
Is that part of the process, or does he have a fight against Apollo Creed
I'm like,
in a couple
I'm
of
like-
weeks?
I'm like,
He's
what?
sitting on the island of the kitchen sweating. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
why is he out of the hospital before he's ready to go?
He
He's
walked
taking breaks.
out. Remember?
And
Listen,
He walked out.
much love for Chris Rock. He should have gotten, honestly, this movie for so many different awards should have won some Academy Awards.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Everybody's performance in this film, the subject matter, the directing, the writing, the acting, it was great. When I see the storyline, Pooky says to Ice-T, because Ice-T is just doing this out of his heart. Pooky says, "Hey man, come on man, let me get back. And, I can work for you. I can infiltrate Nino." Because
Mhm.
Nino said, "If you get yourself cleaned up, I got a job for you."
Right.
Which is a crazy thing to say to a crackhead.
to a crackhead.
Mhm.
that looked like that.
If you clean yourself up, I'll let you help me sell crack. What?
Makes no sense, but we bought it.
What are we talking about, right? So he gets cleaned up. He goes to work for Nino Brown. The issue was everything was cool when he was just doing the lookout thing.
Yeah,
He
like
was fine
running
being a
for him.
lookout.
Yeah, right.
And then Alan Payne says, "Hey," well, Chris Williams took him to Alan Payne
Yeah.
and was like, "Hey man, he deserves a promotion." He was like, "Hey man, you still on that stuff?" "No, I'm clean, man." He was like, "All right, Just want to make sure because I'm about to have you around the crack.
Right, because I would have told you if I was still on it. I would have admitted that.
Why would this be a good promotion?
Even if he was 100% clean, which he was at that time.
He was.
Why would you this is not the person you put in
No.
charge
This is
of the actual product.
In
Way
charge.
too much temptation.
He was in
Way too
charge.
much. Why didn't he have to have his shirt off in there?
I
He
thought
had
about that.
pockets and everything.
He was dressed like he was a McDonald's manager.
he or worked at Cheesecake Factory.
He had the headset and everything.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to on the headset? For this crack. Yeah. Okay, are they ready? Okay. Hey, you with the nipples out. Put your all right,
You with
yeah.
the nipples
All right, cool.
And nobody's watching him.
Nobody. He's the manager. I can understand, as bad as it sounds, I can understand you making him an employee promoted to the crack area. But to make him the manager and he just kicked that crack, we got a super chat.
Hey.
All right. Hey.
Sweets. $50.
Thank you so much,
Oh
Sweets.
my
Thank
Appreciate
you,
you.
Sweets.
Team Thomas, much love to you both. Now, you know, Tanjareen, with $50 or more that is given to us in the super chat, we have to have our special guest, who is you, give a thank you speech in the style of any award show. Now, the award show, Sweets has been here several times, so we're going to let you pick the style of award show you would like to give your thank you speech to her for the super chat. Could be BET Awards, could be country, could be MTV.
Well, you know, since I have several projects on BET, I'll probably pick BET.
Let's hear it.
Let's
And I
do
also want to say that you say on the show that it goes on the screen. When you watch it, it's not on the screen. But
That's why I say it verbally.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Team Thomas, much love to you both. Thank you, Sweets. Okay, here we go. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, I can't believe that Sweets has gifted it me with a whole 50. First of all, first giving honor to God, who is the head of my household. And I want to say, for all the haters who didn't give any money, but you watching this good content, shame on you, but it's not too late. Be like Sweets and give up something because CT Cinema is all of that. Thank you, BET. Thank you, Mama. I don't know my daddy, but wherever you are, look at you. Your girl made it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sweets.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Thanks.
The only thing I thought at the end of that was, see ya. Wanna be ya.
I've never said that phrase in my
Yo,
life.
I'm about to start saying it. I'm bringing it back.
Okay.
I'm bringing it back. But
Okay.
Wesley Snipes is so great, man. So the movie continues from there. Pooky gets, he's sent in being wired to try to infiltrate even further.
Mhm.
And that's when you start learning that Pooky is back and he's struggling. He's back to doing drugs. Now he's high on the job and he gets found out. And now they have to blow up the entire operation.
Just crazy. Which is another montage of him. They show him struggling.
Yeah.
He's like tempted to do the crack and they show him and you're in the audience like, no, no, no. And then he doesn't do it. You're like, phew. And then a second later, he's back into the pills.
Yeah.
He looks over his shoulder, whatever, pops one. And then the next time you see him, he's like,
Well, first of all, stop doing your hands like that. But yeah, absolutely.
Well, they call it the glass D all through the
already know.
movie.
Yeah.
That glass pipe.
But watching it as an adult, that montage was so fast.
It
went
was.
from, and that's why the movie is only an hour and
It's
40 minutes because it's
only an
like
hour 40.
4 montages in there. You
Yeah.
got the him getting off of the drugs. You got him struggling to not get back on the drugs. You
Yeah,
have them
yeah.
taking over the projects. Like they just threw so many montages in
Yeah.
there. They're
So
like, we're
many.
gonna get this story out.
And I wonder if it was because maybe I don't know if budget starts to get cut or timing wise. He's like, I got to tell the story a little faster, so I got to take out certain elements that I wanted to be longer. But when you're looking at this now, let's go to Unica. Unica
Wow.
is G Money's. Technically, she's his girlfriend,
Huh.
and Unica's out of control.
She is.
Unica
She
is flirting with Wesley Snipes in front of G Money.
Yes.
And Wesley's like, hey, man, did you already knock this down? He's like, yeah, but you know, I ain't got no titles on it, nothing like that.
Right.
He's like, whew, all right, hey, man, handle that. He's trying to be a good guy.
Right.
This is brother's girl. Fast
She was
forward.
bad though.
She was super bad.
Oh, yeah.
She is sitting there looking like, I want you, Wesley
Yeah.
Snipes.
Yeah.
Now, next scene, they're all kicking it. Wesley Snipes is with his girl, who's helped him build this drug empire.
Right.
Mhm.
And G Money is with his girl, and Unica is looking over at Wesley the whole time. And she's like, you know what you need? A baby. And he's like, yeah, I need a baby. And she's like, you need a son. And his girlfriend is right here.
Right, right,
The
right.
girlfriend's trying to give her a look like, hey, baby girl, you might want to chill.
Right, right.
And then Wesley Snipes, the entire movie, as bad as he's been, you still root for him until this scene. When he says, I mean, I would love a baby, you know, but she can't make one. She can't even have a good lay. And it was like,
yeah, which was a wild thing to say.
In front of Unica.
But Unica brought it up.
That's a fact.
And you didn't even mention how she was dressed and how she was moving as she brought it up. She was in red lingerie that she stood up in front of the big TV projector and started to unclothe herself as she's saying it.
For Wesley in front of G Money.
And body's super tight, natural, because that's back when people had natural bodies, little tiny petite self. But she looked amazing. And I was like, dang, Kelly Rowland is killing it. Because she looked like Kelly Rowland to me, but she's actually Nola Darling from She's Gotta Have It. But I was like, wow, that's a random thing to say. You need to, I can give you a baby.
She guaranteed him a son.
And then cut to, they reveal in the scene that she knew.
Yeah.
She knew the girlfriend couldn't have kids.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, that
and
was
she's
a
able
low
to come
blow.
kick it. And G Money, this is where you're starting to feel like, okay, cool. At least somebody has some sense. He's like, hey man, no, that's wrong. Don't do that, man. And Wesley's like, yeah, all right, whatever, right? Walks out of the room, gets into an argument with this lady, comes back. Unica and G Money are in the throes of passion. And Unica is looking directly at Wesley Snipes, and Wesley is just looking at her doing it, and you feel like something's about to happen. Fast forward with that storyline, Wesley Snipes end up smashing Unica. As he smashes Unica, this is the straw that broke the camel's back and sent G Money over the edge. That's a pivotal point.
Yes.
From that point in the movie, G Money starts doing crack because not only did that heartbreak take place, but what also took place is that Nino Brown blamed G Money for bringing in Pooky for ruining the operation and embarrassed him in front of the organization. So that paired with the heartbreak showed that he got high on his own supply. And while we're on the subject, how do you not notice your brother's doing crack?
Also,
I don't know.
If I'm on top of my man and I'm staring at another man, would you not notice?
Oh, I'm gonna notice.
Because I mean, she was riding him.
What's over there?
And she was staring at Wesley the whole time. And I'm like, what are you doing, sir? You don't see your girl is not in this? Because they could have ended that right then and there. But yes, it was a very pivotal moment that whole empire with the Enterprise got blown up and G Money started to do the Glass D.
It's so crazy that like Nino was like, yeah, I think I need her. Yeah. Because I mean, he could have had anybody else.
Anybody.
And so, you know, I guess it's one of those things where, you know, sometimes you want what you can't have, right?
You know what it is? I also think she played into his ego. And this happens a lot of times with powerful people. He could have any girl he wanted, but would they have been, like, for all intents and purposes, his girlfriend Selena was his equal because she helped him build this. Unica saw what he'd become. She saw the potential realized and wanted to be a part of that. She worshiped him.
And she said it right away. She was just like, oh, yeah, you would never make a mistake like Tony Montana.
Yep.
You know, you're better than him. Like, you're right. She played into his ego.
She played to his ego. So that right there is why he chose her all the way to the end. Because even when he was on a run, which I'm not going to spoil right now, but he ended up at the place with her, right? So now we go to a pivotal part for me watching this film is looking at this happening. Ice-T has lost Pooky. He's unhinged. The operation is over. At the table, we all love the Martin scene that is spoofed from this movie.
Yes.
But seeing this scene in its totality, it made me appreciate Martin's depiction even better.
That's true.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Right.
So many quotables in that movie, but that one was top tier.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help but laugh when I rewatched the movie for this podcast because all I could think about was Martin with that fake dog. Walking in. I'm like, this is so ridiculous.
Right.
But that's how powerful this movie was. Yeah. That you could spoof it on a sitcom and let it just be that brilliant.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
This is my second favorite quote from this movie. It comes from Mario Van Peebles. I gambled on you, and you gambled on a crackhead.
And when he says it like that, it's like, dang. You know what? That was a bad call.
That was a bad call.
And I don't know why. I don't know why they thought that was going to work. There's so many quotables in this movie. The sit your $5 butt down so I can make change. Cancel that B. I'll buy another one. step off, Gigantor. And then, you better step off, Grandpa.
Dude,
Grandpa.
Keisha was hard.
Keisha
is
joke.
why I also love this movie. First, I love the movie because it's rated R.
Yes.
Because when you have a rated R movie, you don't have to censor how you talk.
Right.
You can have the nudity, like the scene when they're, putting the drugs where they need to put them and there's no tops on the women. You could have the sex scenes. You can have the grittiness of New York. But Keisha.
Before you say Keisha.
Yes.
Mario Van Peebles, first of all, love you. You're brilliant, friend of the show. I think you could have chose a couple of different sets of better breasts.
First of all, it's not supposed to be something you use to please yourself with. They're working.
That's my bad.
Good grief,
I'm
CT.
sorry about
I knew
you could have chose better.
Could have chose better breasts.
Something like that.
I'm sure he held auditions.
And do you think they should all be supermodels? Because then the scene becomes something completely different and they're probably going to get touched.
Here's the thing. I think there were a lot of beautiful women. That's not the problem. I'm saying, all right, keep going.
We barely
Vanessa
got to
L.
see
Williams.
Unica's, and she was the one who was throwing herself and was supposed to be a
Unica
stripper.
was out of control.
But when she finally took her top off, she was like laying on top of him, so you didn't see it that much.
Vanessa L. Williams definitely made. She was extremely powerful. She made chocolate women look even greater than they already do.
And as a chocolate woman watching this young, I looked up to that character because she was the first person to kill somebody in this movie. Within the first 15 minutes, it was her.
Yeah. She was like the coldest one in the whole crew.
And she showed her power through the whole thing. As a security person, as a security guard, you have this woman who's not like a big, heavy girl. You have this petite woman, beautiful, natural hair, natural skin, and she goes out like Scarface at the end, like
100%.
Let's talk about that.
I was like, yo.
100%.
They're at the wedding. We see Nick Ashford from Ashford and Simpson is officiating. And we see Keith Sweat singing, performing at the wedding. The Italians have now sent some gangsters to take out Nino.
Right.
Nino shields himself with a little girl.
So messed up.
That we're back to him being a villain.
That's one of my key memories of that movie.
Shields himself with a little girl. Now we see Vanessa L. Williams come out extremely this is not smart, okay? She runs out while gunfire is being shot. She ain't trying to cover herself or nothing. Aims, pop, 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 pop.
That shows how much heart she had and how much she was willing to do for her set.
Yeah.
Which is more than the person who built the empire would do.
Right.
Because he grabbed that child, which was absurd. Then he ran and then did a stunt, which is probably how he got his movies after that. He did a stunt and jumped over the back of the table without like any support. I was like, oh, this is amazing. But he was scared. And it shows she was not.
I love how you said that. That's very well said. I will say that we remember in the very beginning of the movie, Chris Williams watched Ice-T arrest Pooky. After he saw Ice-T again, he didn't remember how he knew him, but he knew he knew him.
Right.
Fast forward, right when Ice-T, because the operation is canceled.
Yeah.
Scotty and Judd Nelson, who Judd Nelson had no place in this movie, if I'm being honest with you. Re-looking at this movie with fresh eyes, he did nothing in this movie, bro. That was literally Judd Nelson just being like, yeah, all right, I ain't doing nothing on the Saturday.
he's the white guy.
They needed the quota.
And I love Judd Nelson, but it's just in this movie.
Yeah, I know he's amazing.
He wasn't used to his full potential.
And I'm not mad at that. I didn't miss him.
Didn't
doing
miss him.
more.
Could have put anybody in there.
Yeah.
But now they're reacting on their own. They're trying to create their own operation to get Nino Brown. Nino is almost caught cleanly in the drug bust. And Chris Williams remembers, hey, he a cop. And everybody
He does say that. He does say that. What? Because what? What?
Scrambled, right? Dutta Man, who is Bill Nunn, went out like a G. Large man. He was amazing. And
what's
he's
that
taken
thing
out.
with stuttering people in the 90s movies? Because Harlem Nights had a stuttering boxer, right?
Great point.
And this guy, first of all, his name was Duh Man.
Yeah.
3 Duhs, which is hilarious to name a character that. And like, what is the significance of that in the 80s? That there's just like black men who can't speak clearly?
I guess they thought it was funny. Like,
yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
I'd have preferred they called him the Stutter Man as opposed to the Dutta Man. But, you know.
Duh Man is hilarious.
Yeah. So when you see these things happen, now Ice-T's like, man, how we gonna get this guy, right? Wesley Snipes, his fighting scenes in that joint, being costumed as somebody else and taking people out was amazing.
Yeah.
I can never say enough great things about Wesley Snipes. Are you guys, well, before I even finish, let me finish. So now Alan Payne has been taken out. Am I my brother's keeper?
Yeah, man.
Wesley Snipes had to do it.
Yeah.
G Money is out of the film. He's all by himself now. Even when G Money said, man, you embarrassed me, man. Come on, man. The organization's still here. We brothers. I think the reason that he took him out was because he was now on his addiction tip and couldn't be trusted, compared to being hurt. He knew there was no coming back from that, from seeing the thing with Pooky.
Right.
That's a good point.
Right?
That's a good point.
Takes him out. It hurts him. That's why he's crying, because he knows the damage that he's truly done to the community.
Yeah.
By seeing it in his own brother.
Facts.
Now he's all alone, except he got Unica. Thank goodness for Unica. So he's with Unica.
He looked bothered by her in that last scene. She was all over him, and he was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he was focused, right? So now Ice-T creates an elaborate setup to get Wesley Snipes as Nino Brown, takes him down. He's about to take him out, and Mario Van Peebles shows up at the perfect time for this bust to happen that's choreographed, and they arrest him. He goes into court, says, if I go down, everybody going down. Right. And now randomly, let's take him on a lesser charge before he mentions some names of some powerful people.
Because he said that person's name that worked in the that worked at the bank or the whatever. He said his name before.
Chris Williams. He said he's the leader of CMB.
Yeah.
Chris was like, Hey, what's up, man? Like, why are you even in the court? You could be blamed, bro. So now he gets off with the lesser charge. He's only going to do a year. And the old man in the community, we saw the entire movie.
Yes.
Right.
Idolater, hell requires your soul.
Love the act
Hits
out.
him perfectly. That's a perfect shot.
With that World War II gun.
Yes. They should have offered him a job instead of working against him.
That's a fact. He embarrassed the old man in front of them kids.
Oh yeah.
That's what really did it. Because I keep wanting to call him Bill. I think he's Bill Cobb.
That is Bill Cobb.
Bill Cobb.
Yeah.
He had seen from the very beginning in 1986 what was happening, because Wesley Snipes took out this man who was running the Carter Projects butt naked in front of the crowd to embarrass him and show dominance.
Yes.
The villain of the movie, the villain of New Jack City, is G Money. I'm sorry, but these are just the facts. The villain of the movie is G Money, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
If G Money hadn't have introduced the crack vial to Nino Brown, he never would have thought to enterprise and start selling it and changing the community of the projects in the first place. The second thing, if G Money would have checked Unica in the very beginning, he would have never had the opportunity to leave her with his brother, and they create a situation to where she now is in his brother's arms.
Man.
Number 3, if G Money wouldn't have promoted Pooky, the operation wouldn't have went down, because wasn't no issues before that. Now you got the police in your business. They got video evidence of all this stuff happening. All of these deaths that have happened in the hood. It's G Money's fault.
I had a feeling you would say that. I was thinking G Money is the villain because he introduced crack to the community. I think Unica was the villain because she had those brothers who said nothing would come between us.
Right.
But it was because of her, something came between them. Also, G Money shouldn't have told her that old girl couldn't have had kids, because she would have been able to throw that in somebody's face.
Tangerine.
But Unica...
You're bringing my point to the fact.
Unica is the reason that Wesley Snipes' character was not paying attention to what was happening in the projects. He was there smashing her. And that's the night that the whole thing went under. And that's what made G Money start doing crack. And then he couldn't be trusted.
Tangerine, you're proving my point. If G Money wouldn't have brought Unica around, she wouldn't have been able to infiltrate. If G Money hadn't have brought her around, she wouldn't have been able to be in the bed with Wesley to be able to keep her eye on the ball. Also, when we look into this entire movie, G Money start doing crack. So he's the one that took his eyes off the ball, because he was the brother that's supposed to watch the entire organization. It's G Money's fault.
I agree. But I think it's both of their fault.
No. It's only G Money.
It's only G Money.
You know what? I'm happy you're saying it's a guy, so I'm going to leave it at that.
Hey, listen, I was thinking Unica too, but I guess you know what? I can see the point you're making, though.
Unica was innocent.
No, she was not innocent. She was not innocent. Because she was just a stripper he saw at a strip club who happened to be at that party and saw Wesley. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Tangerine, I'm surprised that you are saying this because you, of all people, you know we protect black women around
Okay,
here.
don't start that. Don't start that. Don't let no lightning strike the studio.
Unica was just the queen from the wrong side of the tracks
Oh, brother.
that didn't get any opportunities to
brother.
make it out the hood.
You know what?
She was in the club
She took a
dancing.
shot.
She took her shot.
She took a shot.
We always tell people to follow their dreams.
She shot her shot.
She shot her shot. She happened to have met the right brother
Oh,
to put her in the right
man.
situation amongst some powerful people.
She could have been happy with G Money though.
And then,
and
well,
still had a successful, fun life.
once you realize that this is the brother that's answering to somebody, you're like, this ain't the person I need. She's in the club. That's why she didn't look away when they were talking about her, because she's like, yeah, tell him how good I am so I can have him. And then
she didn't look
she
away.
did exactly what she needed to do to eliminate her competition, who
Mhm.
was his girlfriend
Yes.
that could not have kids. She said, what do I have over her? I can give him a
Oh,
child.
womb.
She's showing him her importance
Yes.
and usefulness. And in a life like Nino Brown, you need to show him how you can be useful to him.
Yes.
And from that point, she helped take his stress off. She wants to give him a kid. She's playing into his ego.
This
She's
is
there for
villain
him
behavior, by the way.
when nobody else is. Unica was one of the heroes of the story. I love what she did. Now, let me ask you this.
All heroes don't wear capes.
All heroes do it.
They
You
were
Sometimes they wear red lingerie.
Who would you say, as you know here at CT Cinema, we do not have the Oscars. We have the Zellies. And I'm going to be
Love
honest
that.
with you, man. Looking at this piece of film, I also want to call the supporting Zelli the Wesley. Because Wesley Snipes
Wesley was
deserves to be immortalized on this show.
Okay.
So who would you give the supporting, the Wesley to for the supporting character in this movie? And then tell me who you would give the Zelli to, the Denzel Washington Award for being the greatest character in this movie.
Obviously, I'm going out of order. The Denzel Zelli Award would go to Wesley Snipes because the amount of the way I was rooting for him through this whole movie and
Yeah.
the choices that he made as an actor, even the scene with the dog, when he walks him in the dog with the conference
Yeah.
room,
Mhm.
he takes the leash and starts jump roping with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that's not in the script.
Yeah.
That was a choice that actor made.
Yeah, yeah.
And then put it around his neck and you're like, oh, at some point this is going to go around somebody else's neck. You could
Mhm.
just see
Yeah.
where his thoughts were going. And I think that he just did an incredible job from showing him go from here to here, then back down to here. I thought that was amazing. And then the Wesley, the supporting, I like that
Yeah.
you're giving him that, would have to go. And as much as I loved Keisha's my favorite character in this movie because of what she showed me as a little brown girl watching this movie.
Mhm.
But seeing Pooky perform the way that he did and go from just a stick-up kid
Mhm.
to an actual crackhead who was beating up his girlfriend over a piece of turkey,
Mhm.
was like, don't you forget I'm the man, and was like hitting her
so
into
crazy.
being cleaned up with a haircut, looking good in his little outfit, and then being a managerial position, and then to be tied to that bomb. Like to see the arc of his character where he really, really wanted to. He keep calling me, man. He keep calling me. I gotta go to it.
Yeah.
Like I thought his acting was amazing in this movie. And definitely award winning. So
Great
I would
choices.
definitely I'll look at the camera and say I present the Wesley Award to Pooky.
Chris Rock.
Yes, to Chris Rock.
I would say bad boyfriend, that Chris Rock. I mean, to get
He brought her some food home.
Tangerine, to get cleaned up and to not go back to the slums to try to bring her up as well.
Did you love her line? She was like, I was homecoming queen at
Yeah.
King High. This is beneath me. I was like, but
That
you here,
was-
baby girl.
That was crazy. Eating the bones of the turkey. Also, that looked like a straight up, this is where the fiends are. Where were those super clean old women? Where did they come from? They were just right there on looking like, oh, my word.
So was the police.
Yeah.
It was like everybody was staged to look right next
Hey.
to Pooky and this girl
thought they were in
this
a sewer,
turkey.
but
they
They
were
were
like,
just
they were
looking
above
at
ground.
him.
I won't lie to you. Like, this happens in New York, where shenanigans happen and people just kind of stop and be like, let's see how this plays out. And then, when things go extra left, they're like, okay, we got to intervene now. We're not, they're not animals. They're
If
like,
you gotta
no,
remember,
we're not going to, But
If
it's
you
crazy.
shenan once, you're going to shenan again.
Hilarious.
Exactly.
Hilarious.
So
Exactly.
I will say the Zelli,
Mhm.
who do you give it to, Lawrence?
So, controversial choice.
Okay.
I'm
Love
going to give
those.
the Wesley to Wesley Snipes.
Oh.
Even because that performance, obviously, like he's the lead.
Yeah.
But what I'm just saying is, as far as in this movie, I feel like, as good as he is, Alan Payne is who I would give it to, man.
Really?
Like, I would.
Wow.
I just really think that his performance, like a lot of things hinge on him being believable and bringing like the right kind of energy to a lot of different scenes.
Okay.
Because and that's the thing, like I feel like we see Wesley, like who he is in the beginning of this movie. He's just a magnified version of that by the end, I think. Like, like a more ostentatious version. But I feel like G Money, like he goes through a journey.
He does.
I like that you gave it to somebody different. That's great.
That's dope. I'm going to give the Wesley to, well, you know what? The Zelli goes to Wesley Snipes. Amazing. What he did with this role, especially coming off of Major League as Willie Mays Hayes. To this character showed that he had this darkness to him and could give you levels and layers. The Wesley, I'm going to give the Wesley to Ice-T.
Because you want to be in that role. Look at you. Look at you.
Was so great in this role. He never wavered. He showed you, because we learned also in the film that Ice-T, that Nino Brown was the person that took his mom out. Took his mom out. And he was still like, all right, we got to get this dude the right way. My guy that I busted for drugs years ago, I got to get him cleaned up. I got to look out for this dude. He didn't want him to go back and run drugs with Nino. But he said, if you think you can do it, it would help me, but I don't want you to do it for that. You got to be careful. I'm gonna keep a camera on you. I'm gonna watch you. Bam. Ice-T gets the Wesley. Now, what I will say, this movie was so impactful. I had not watched it from the very beginning ever. I only watched it as a kid, and you just see it on TV like a lot of these movies.
Yeah, I hear you.
So watching this with fresh eyes was such a powerful film.
I agree.
Great choice.
Thank you.
What was your favorite scene of the movie?
Favorite scenes of the movie. First, I want to say another reason I like this movie is because even though it was a short amount of time, 1 hour and 40, and maybe for a Black film, they weren't giving out 2-hour movies. And we didn't have a a lot of long movies back then anyway.
You're right.
But in that short amount of time, they
Color
took the
Purple was 6
time to
days.
tell us. I'm still watching it.
So crazy.
Color Purple was 6 days and 3 nights. It was a week and a half.
It's hilarious because CT's never seen The Color Purple, and that's what makes that even funnier.
Never.
I hope somebody
Because
picks
it's
that
so
for this
long.
show and makes you have to watch
It's
it.
that long, bro. I'm not watching it.
I
and
want
I
you
love
to have
Whoopi
to
Gold.
watch it. It's a really good film. But what I loved about this movie is that even though it was a short amount of time, they took the time to explain the backstory of all the major characters.
Yes.
Why am I a cop? Why is it important for me to get drugged off the street? Why is this girl trying to get with this guy? Why is this my girlfriend? And why does she feel entitled to tell me to stop doing what I'm doing? Oh, because she helped me build this empire. And then he's like, oh, well, don't forget your parents ain't ish either. They both
Wait, we gotta get to after the show.
Okay, sorry. So anyway, I just want to say that my favorite scenes were.
We're gonna save that for the after show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tell everybody what you got coming up. First of all, thank you for being a guest. This was a delight. I love how you kept things smooth. You were very funny, elegant. You are a force. You understand?
Oh, baby, I'm your rib, and thank you for inviting me to
You're one of
episode
them.
15. I'm one of your ribs.
Yeah, because I got a lot of ribs. They always say you got one rib.
Don't get hurt.
No, what I'm saying is
Don't get hurt, because if
you
you
have
understood
ribs.
what the analogy meant,
Listen.
you would never fix your mouth to
You
say,
are
I'm
rib.
one
She
of your
not
ribs.
Unica.
She
She
not-
Keisha. She Keisha. Be
I'm
careful,
Keisha.
brother. I want you to live.
You are. You know what you are?
Watch
you
it.
are my lungs. That's better than a rib, right?
Okay.
Ain't that the same thing?
No, it's
you
not.
my rib.
It's
You my
too
ball.
late.
No,
It's
you
too
can-
late.
you can-
I don't want no parts of
You
your
can
body.
live without
Stay out of me.
a rib or two.
That's what I'm saying. You can't live without your lungs.
Yeah, you lose
can
one
take out
lung,
one
your life
lung.
different.
You can still breathe without
You telling
one.
me you would rather be my rib?
I didn't say rather. I
than
said
my
nice save.
lungs?
I thought we were out of time. My favorite scenes. The Pooky scene with the boobs off, and I'll tell you the rest at the
What
What
thing.
you got coming up?
Yeah.
What do I have coming up? You guys can watch me on his other favorite podcast that he loves to do so much, his longest running podcast ever, the Marriage Go Round podcast, where we talk about our relationships and dating and all that fun stuff. It's every Wednesday live on YouTube, and it's available wherever you listen to podcasts. The video version is available as well.
And we're going to talk about this rib thing on the episode, because I'm like, I've always heard people say, yeah, you know what I'm saying? She my rib. And I'm like, only one?
Your producer is shaking his head like he doesn't get it. He
So,
doesn't get it.
Explain it to me. I've never understood
Oh,
because
we'll-
in my mind,
We'll explain
That's
it on the
because you don't
on
go
the
to
show.
church
Yeah.
or read your Bible.
Right.
first of all, I grew up in church.
You weren't
I
listening.
read that, but I did not listen.
It is literally a biblical reference.
Oh, got it. I was like, why?
Literally, a
Wouldn't you
biblical-
much rather be?
You just gonna rewrite the Bible. Oh, you're my lung. What?
Yeah, like lungs. I can't breathe without you. My rib, I can
appreciate it.
continue on.
I get it. I get what you're thinking because
Yeah.
you don't know the origin.
I was like,
Follow
why did she
me-
get so offended? I'm like, I
Follow
thought
me
you wanted to be the
because
lungs.
you like having a lot of women and you had a lot of ribs. You're like,
First
you're
of
one of
all.
my ribs. So I was like, wait, what?
Is that how you took that?
Yes.
Oh, now
That's-
that makes sense.
That's what it sounds like.
I was looking at it
He's
from
like, I got
the,
a lot of ribs.
Yes.
But hearing you say that now I see why you got offended. I was like, why wouldn't she want to be my lungs, bro? You want to be my one rib?
Follow me on all platforms. If you know how tangerine is spelled,
I'm
it's like
sorry about
this
that.
on my hat. TANJAREEN. I'm on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And
It sounds
marriage
even
go
worse
round.
now when you say it. I'm his rib. Yeah, you want to. Yeah, I get it now. That sounds pretty bad.
Go start a new podcast, The Doghouse.
I'm gonna tell you all the things he's done wrong over the last 15 years on
If
the
you
doghouse.
guys would like to join the next part of the conversation, go to patreon.com/CTisDOPE. It will only be available there. What's coming up for you, Lawrence?
At Mary Young on social media. If you want to come talk comics, come check me out. Fantastic Forum at fantasticforum.live. We talk comics. Me and my friends every Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. Pacific.
Listen to us on
Yay.
Spotify, man. It really
Yeah.
helps if you guys share it, comment, like. I think that's how it helps the audio. Outside of that, guys, please like this video if you are still watching. If you have not already, hype it up. It helps get seen by more people. And I'm trying to grow this channel. And I have learned some different things that are coming up. But
Nice.
I will sincerely apologize. I did not
Aw.
know that
I
that's
accept
what
your
it meant.
apology.
I was like
appreciate
her
that.
saying that,
Yeah.
like I'm his real. To me, feels like clipping hair. Like you're like I'm his hair. Like yeah, you're
Yeah.
some of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like
I
you're not
get
my
it.
whole head of hair.
No,
but my lungs.
we'll break it down for you.
yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
I know.
after the
We'll
show.
break it down for
Okay.
you.
Let's talk.
The producer is doing this like he's showing me the motion of you are digging
deeper
yourself
hole.
into a deeper hole. That's so funny. Shout out to
Go
Bo
again.
Thompson who's watching and
Thanks,
said
Bo.
hi to me.
What
and
up, Bo?
all right, we're
trip.
going to the after show, ladies and gentlemen. Join us. We're going to be doing movie night the end of this month. Extremely dope movie. You can only be a part of it if you are part of the Patreon. Team CT
All day.
day.